Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Mo DeFay, and today we're going to talk about what if Izuku had a darkness quirk part 3. I hope y'all enjoy. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the video. Alright, let's get it. A few days after the battle training exercise, and it was a few normal days of school, eventually the students began to get bored. They haven't been able to do an actual hero lesson in a while, and they're kind of wondering like, why are we here and stuff like that. But luckily for them, on that day Aizawa would announce the newest project they have for the students. Aizawa will go up to the class and he'll basically say, alright, look guys, today we're going to take you on a classroom field trip. As everybody heard, field trip and all their quirks are, they're going on and stuff like that. And Aizawa just turns off everybody's quirks and he tells them to shut up and listen. As he would tell everybody that he won't tell them where they are yet, but just go on the bus, and make sure you bring your hero costumes. While they're on the bus, Mina actually sits next to Izuku, and everybody kind of notices how very close she's sitting, but nobody says anything. Anyway, so then they begin to talk to each other, and eventually the topic of quirks come up, and everybody wants to know what is Izuku's quirk. As Izuku would then reply with an easy, well, it's a darkness quirk. I can absorb things, I can suck them, it's yo, pause. He basically says, I have gravitational pull with this darkness quirk. My doctor states that it acts kind of like 4 quirks. Basically, I can absorb, I can push, I can transform the darkness itself into multiple things like swords and shields, and I have a side effect. This side effect is when I touch somebody with a quirk, I can turn it off. But this only works with emitter and transforming quirks. If I touch somebody with a mutant quirk, just their sub-abilities get turned off, not the main ones. So everybody thought that was actually kind of cool. Izuku, not only can he absorb and push, but he can actually transform the aura of this darkness so it can be utilized in every way. But everybody was kind of turned off by the whole he could cancel anyone's quirks thing, which a lot of people thought would be a bit overpowered, especially Denki when he vocally states that that's just too much, man. He already has a good quirk with the ability to absorb and push. Now he can transform the aura itself and cancel people's quirks. As Denki would then state, well, can't you just cancel everybody's quirk in the area? As Izuku would specify, oh, no, I have to touch somebody with my hand in order to cancel it. That's the drawback. Because everybody in their mind be like, well, drawback, it doesn't matter, you can still cancel out quirks. Eventually, Aizawa tells everybody to shut up because they're there, and everybody gets out of the bus with their hero costumes. As the hero 13 would then show them the USJ, as 13 would actually demonstrate her quirk, and everybody would look at Izuku and ask 13 is related to him, as Izuku states, oh no, definitely not. As 13 asked, wait, what did the class mean by that? Izuku was about to demonstrate his quirk when he asked an important question. So this is for rescuing, right? As 13 would reply, of course. As Izuku would then state, well, are they supposed to be villains, or? 13 would ask what he means by that, as Izuku would point behind her. As 13 would state that they're not supposed to be here. As a black portal and a black portal appears and a bunch of villains just pop out. And then eventually Shigaraki goes and Katakuri is reformed, and basically Katakuri takes all of the heroes and just transfer them, not the heroes, the students and some of the heroes, and just teleports them random places. As Aizawa states, just be safe. Alright, this is not a test, these are actual villains, be safe, try and not, try your best to survive and stuff like that. Everybody gets teleported pretty much with the same people, so the only things that's gonna change is Izuku, Froppy, or Sue, and Mineta. Izuku already explained his quirk, but he'll just do it again by demonstrating, he can absorb, he can blow away, he can transform it, and he can cancel out quirks. As Izuku was about to, jump in the water, you can notice that there's a bunch of swimming villains, as Izuku would then state, well, this is odd. Sue would ask what she means after they all done get explained the quirks, but Sue would ask what is Izuku meaning by that, and Izuku would state, well, this is literally the worst place to put me at. They shouldn't have teleported me at all. I can absorb an unlimited amount as long as I just put it back. I can literally absorb the water, and then just, they can't swim anymore. Sue would state, well, why can't you just do that? As Izuku would also try and remind Sue, well, I have to place it somebody else. See, here's the thing, matter can't be created nor destroyed, it can only be transferred. Now, I can absorb things, but it goes into this weird pocket dimension. And the more that I absorb, the more weak I get. So I have to, blow it back out. Pause. As Mineta would then actually have a good idea, as Mineta would just state, well, hold on, wait, you can, control the speed what's the way? The speed of which it can exit, right? As Izuku would, shake his head, yeah, it can, it can only go up to 2 times as fast. As Mineta just states, well, then absorb everybody in the water and then shoot the water back out 2 times as fast. As Izuku would state, that could kill them, but at the same time, they're villains, so he didn't care about it. As he pretty much places a black or a bubble around the boat so it doesn't get affected by the absorption. As he just says, yami yami absorb, and pretty much all of the water and all the villains in the water get absorbed into a pocket dimension. Izuku feels super weak to the point where the bubble just pops like a normal soap bubble. It just pops. And Izuku, with his other hand, will say yami yami disperse, as then out a black portal, a big enough black portal for people, appears, and just a shit ton of water, just a bunch of water, and people just get shot out twice as fast as he absorbed it. And pretty much all the villains get knocked out, and Izuku just states, well, if they had swimming quirks, you can assume they can breathe underwater, and if they can't, well, they shouldn't have been villains. He doesn't really care in this version. Anyway, so Sue pretty much is yo, we just passed this the course and stuff, and they all get swimming towards the edge. Now, meanwhile this happening, the whole thing with Aizawa happens roughly the same. I don't want to talk about it. Basically, Izuku sees that the Nomu appeared, and the Nomu can apparently be All Might, and Izuku does hear that. And he has a somewhat of a smirk, because, yeah, it can be All Might, but that doesn't really scare him. In this version, he actually wants to test something out. So basically, the Nomu's about to just finish off Aizawa. When the Nomu's about to hit Aizawa, he seemingly disappears. But the fact is, Izuku actually used Yami Yami Absorb and pretty much pulled Aizawa closer to him. He then jumped out the water and ran towards the Nomu. See, he doesn't really care about Shigaraki, because to his knowledge, Shigaraki is not a problem. The Nomu is. So what he does is the Nomu tries throwing a punch, and Izuku had the silliest smirk ever. The Nomu throws a punch, and he creates a black portal. When this happens, the Nomu's arm gets absorbed into this black portal, and he cuts it off, and therefore cutting the Nomu's hand off. The Nomu welges in pain, but just grows it back, as the Nomu just yells at Izuku, as Izuku would smile and just say, "Yami Yami disperse," as he'll disperse the arm twice as fast back into the Nomu's throat. And the Nomu's just trying to just yank his own arm out of his own throat, but it's just not working. It's too stuck in there. And I don't know if they can survive without oxygen. I'm just gonna assume they can't, and the Nomu dies by, well, it killed itself if you think about it. And then Shigaraki's just yelling dude, this is supposed to kill All Might. Why did this stupid kid come in and ruin it? As Izuku states, if he can kill the Nomu and it's supposed to kill All Might, either they're stupid or I'm stronger than All Might. As Izuku would smile and state, but I highly doubt the second one. As Shigaraki would ask what Izuku meant by that, he goes to attack Izuku, but the thing is, Shigaraki got this weird feeling. He was about to he was about to just decay Izuku, but he obviously isn't the same as the other kids or the other heroes. He had this smirk, but that wasn't what's scaring him. The darkness around Izuku began to form a person. A person with huge dreadlocks and a giant smile. As Katakuri would just, whimper, and as Shigaraki would look at Katakuri and be like, what are you on? Are you okay? Katakuri would just whisper and whimper, Zebek. As Shigaraki would be like, huh? As Izuku just created a giant ass black portal and would just say, Yami Yami disperse, and would disperse just a shit ton of air and just push, Shigaraki back. As Katakuri is shaking, he teleports Shigaraki back to their base. As Shigaraki's like asking, yo, Katakuri, what are you doing? Katakuri states, Zebek, 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 as he then just goes into the portal with Shigaraki, and they disappear. This is around when All Might shows up, and he's like, oh, am I late? Izuku would smile and say, yeah, you kinda are. As all the students would round up together, and they realized it wasn't as bad, especially when Sue just pretty much is like, yeah, but when Izuku showed up, the Nomu was killed easily. Now, yes, the police officers do talk to Izuku about what he did to the Nomu, as they do explain that this Nomu, even though it isn't a person, technically it does have people's DNA. So in a technical sense, they did kill a villain. As Izuku states, he's pretty sure he killed a few more. As the officers state, well, it seems like you don't have good control of your quirk, so we'll just let it go. Concerning the fact that they were trying to attempt to murder you, we'll just register as under self-defense. But next time, just please don't try and kill them. As Izuku would just smile, and he'd go back to Mina. Now, pretty much Izuku and Mina go on a second date, and it's kind of the same, but they actually go out for blueberry pie and stuff like that. And Mina would comment on how Izuku is a thing for pies, as Izuku even states he doesn't really remember liking pie before he got his quirk. Maybe it has something to do with it, but and yeah, I'm shipping Izuku and Mina. In this one, it makes sense, especially later down on the line. It's gonna make sense, and it's also Mina's has that quirk where Izuku could abuse the shit of it. That's not the reason why they're dating. No. But a cute power couple for this one. Also, I never shipped. Back to the story. I went off track. Jesus Christ. And basically, the next day, Aizawa's like, all right, look, I understand what happened with the USJ. It could have been traumatizing, but we are going to be talking about the sports festival. And they're gonna have to get ready and train for that. So in a week, the sports festival is gonna happen, and basically all the hero classes are gonna be dismissed up until the sports festival. Basically, they can train on their own. And Izuku has a giant smile because now he can do some stuff he wanted to do for a while. Anyway, that was What If Izuku Had a Darkness Quirk Part 3. I hope y'all enjoyed. I might do a Part 4. Actually, I will do a Part 4. I like this series. Y'all, peace out. And comment other what ifs you want. I might do a Naruto what if next. I'll push in all other what ifs to the side for this one. Just that Naruto what if I kind of want to do. I'll do a poll because I want to do a Naruto. I love Naruto. I love My Hero. I love all these animes. But I ain't gonna be doing the same ones over and over again. It's not because I hate them. It's because it can get boring. Anyway, I'll see y'all later.